hello. It's wonderful to be here. Wonderful to see you all. Hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. I would like to thank my co-hosts, the very wonderful Pokey Dudes, uh, Snurlax, and Bulbasoup here for guarding the art doing area while I was making my tea. I shall pop them to one side for safety. This is okay, so I actually need to finish the sketch for this, but it looks like that. Oh, my camera was doing something weird, but hopefully you can still see. But anyways, but also, hello everyone. How are you all doing? It's wonderful to see you. It's wonderful to be here. I'm triple watching streams, says Silly. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I aspire to have the attention dividing ability that you do. I mean, that being said, I have on more than one occasion also done the very same. Hello. Hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. Sisters just lurking today, but have a lovely stream. Thank you very much indeed. And thank you again for gifting that sub to Lathan. I really appreciate it. And Dan, hello, hello. These are ghosts. They look like this. They're little guys. And today they've got flowers. Maybe they're all your boyfriends and they've all brought you flowers. I don't know. I don't know their beeswax. That's not my beeswax to know. Anyways, I don't know. I was trying to brainstorm what I wanted to do for today's stream. And for some reason, I think I just saw all the beautiful flowers out and about in the world right now. And my neighborhood is very blessed with a lot of very beautiful little gardens in front of people's houses, which is really nice to see. Not a lot of like large front gardens, just because I live in a fairly dense city in the United Kingdom, and they just don't have the space for that. But those little gardens, some of them are very well maintained. You may notice that this isn't a flower. This one is carrying a big rhubarb, and that's just because I really love rhubarb, and there's rhubarb in the shops now, and rhubarb is beautiful and also delicious, and I thought it would be really cute. So there's a rhubarb ghost, a bluebell ghost, a lavender ghost, a daffodil ghost, and I think I want to do like a tulip, and maybe, I haven't decided what the other one will be, because I've got a few possibilities, and they're all really cute and pretty, and I don't know which one I want to do. Maybe hyacinths? Hyacinths are fun. Oh, I don't know. Ah! Flowers are hard. Anyways. I hope y'all have had a good week. I realize it's been a good few days since the last time I streamed. And I very, very missed doing it. And it is so nice to be back. Also, thank you for the hype train. That's very cool. And I really appreciate it. Thank you very much for it feels nice to be hyped. I'm going to very carefully extricate this off of the watercolor block, which involves me taking the end of this brush and kind of wodging it in. Because, as I think I've mentioned, you don't want to use something sharp like an X-Acto knife, because you can actually end up tearing the paper, so it needs to be a somewhat more blunt instrument. But something that's relatively thin, like this. I mean, ideally, I'd have like a palette knife or something like that, so something that's like thin but blunt, but I don't have one of those here, so I'm literally just using this to get under it and then just sort of peeling it off, and it works fine, so don't worry about it. Anyways, but yeah, I realized I haven't been here in a little while. I've missed you so much, because there was an Easter long weekend, and I was off doing Easter long weekend stuff. But you'll be pleased to know that it went well. Had a good weekend off. It was very quiet for the most part, but I did bake Hungarian Easter bread, as is my usual plans. We did a big dinner on Sunday, so we roasted some stuff, we had gravy, and I, despite my best efforts, ended up eating too much food. It was really tasty. And what else? Oh gosh, I don't know. Also slept in on a few days, which was also very nice. Anywho. But it's good to be back. It's really good to be back. I missed y'all. Anyways, thank you so much for the hype train. That was very, very sweet and much appreciated. And yeah, you're all breathtaking. Thank you so much indeed. I really, honestly, your support, just showing up means so much to me. I really appreciate it. Neo, speaking of showing up, thank you so much for the lurk. I appreciate that as well. I hope you have a lovely, lovely lurk. And I'm going to take a sip of my tea, if that's okay. If I may, I shall. This is a mint and green tea situation today. And I don't think I stirred it up enough because that tastes really watery. Hold up. Sometimes I find that the tea, I don't know, it's like the tea that is brewed, it doesn't dissipate through the water perfectly evenly if you just let it sit. You've actually kind of got to stir it up or it will kind of, it can settle. It's weird. Anyways, it's stirred up now. Hopefully it tastes a bit more like, it's a little bit weak sauce today. I didn't leave it for quite as long as I probably should have, but it is still delicious, so I'm happy with that. As you may also have noticed, if you follow my socials or you're on the Discord, there's a link to the Discord in the chat. If you are not in the Discord and you do want to join, there's a link there. But I have been teasing this stupid thing that I wanted to do for quite a while now. But it's the little guys stuff. Basically, it's you get an original painting that I paint, and then you get the original painting sent to you. And you can do it every month if you want to. Because I made it a Patreon tier, but I would genuinely not expect anyone to do it more than once. It is because, you know, like they're little A7 portraits of little guys. These guys happen to be some pirates that are getting married. But some of them that I've done as like examples are also like, you know, Terry the Forg Mage or like a little skeleton lady or little creatures. But yeah. I've had a few people ask whether or not I ever sell my originals, and as a general rule, I don't, because I don't know, they're kind of, I'm hesitant to do it in part because a lot of the works that I do, even though they're like basically postcard sized, are very detailed and therefore take a lot of hours to complete. And so, for instance, if I were to that bookshop piece that we finished recently, which I realize is a bit of an outlier because it took so long, but if I were to actually look at the number of hours that I spent working on that painting against how much, you know, is like a reasonable living wage to be paying myself for painting, that painting, the original, which again, remember, is this sized, would be about 350 pounds. And I just think that putting originals up that are this size for 350 pounds is inviting a lot of people to mistakenly, you know, sort of allege that I'm taking the piss a bit. And I just don't want to invite that kind of discourse, and nor do I want to feel like to have to try and defend the value of my artistic labor. And so I thought a good compromise for that is just to produce something that I know is like not, is that I can actually do that's like beautiful and special and puts, you know, as much love and effort as I do into any work, but is also sort of on a manageable enough scale that I feel like, you know, I can complete something like this for like 30 pounds. And have that be like a nice fun thing. This color, by the way, so this is my chosen sort of thematic medium for the first month of the Little Guys tier over on my Patreon. This is her Urban, I think it's Urban's violet ink, and when I say it's violet ink, it's not just violet in color, it is violet scented. Once it dries down, it's like, it's very subtle. So if you're worried about like, is it going to smell super strongly of perfume? It doesn't. But that's not what's interesting about it to me. What's interesting about this ink is that this ink, despite the fact that like I've got other inks from the same range that don't behave in the way that this one did. And I think it's something to do with the pigment that they're using, because I have never had an ink behave like this before. And it's really fun to work with now that I know how it works. And I love the way that it looks. Like, it's a very pretty ink. But it was really surprising to work with. I recorded a little video while I was working on these because I want to talk about it. But yeah, it changed it as you're working on it, and depending on whether or not it's been watered down at all or not, and depending, like, it changes color, which I was not expecting. Like, it went from looking quite sort of almost magenta-y purple to, like, basically blue. And then dried back down into this sort of, like, very mid-purple. Which was really bizarre. And likewise, unlike most of the inks that I've worked with, which usually I'll put down what I think is, oh god, that's too bold of a line. And then it dries down and it kind of, it lightens as it dries. This actually gets darker as it dries. So I don't actually know what the composition of this ink is, but it is weird and kind of magical, and I kind of love it. And it does not read. This color will not be read correctly by cameras. Cameras do not know how to pick up this purple. Which is part of the reason I want to sell originals with it as well, because it's one of those things, like, just like with metallic inks, like gold and stuff, don't read as well on camera as they do IRL. I think a lot of, like, physical media doesn't read quite as well on camera as it does IRL. There's just something about actually being able to see sort of, like, the physical texture of it that makes a difference. But, so to that end, having, like, originals available, I think is really, really neat and really cool. And, they are made to order, so, like, you sign up at the little guys tier, the end of the month, you get a painting that I made specifically for you. Not necessarily the same as, like, commissions, because you can request, like, a specific blorbo if you want to, but if you want to just be surprised, I will just do something that I think you'll think is cool, basically. And so to that end, yeah, I think it's gonna be really, really fun. I'll pop a link to that as well. But I also want to say I recognize that this is a more expensive offering from me. And I don't expect anyone to, go out of pocket for something like that, because I recognize that it's, potentially out of some people's budgets. And that's totally fine. I'm going to continue doing, like, stickers and prints and stuff that are, consistently in the single figures when it comes to prices. Because A, I like doing that, and B, I like doing stuff that I know, is more affordable for people, because, like, my god, I don't have very much money either. Like, I get it. Just trying to diversify and maybe doing something additionally that I think is a little bit fun. So I hope that's okay. I hope that's cool. I did make a little video about it that I put on my Instagram, and you can see it if you want to. But, I can't play the music, otherwise I'm gonna have to cut that portion out of the VOD, because I'm only allowed to use Epidemic Sound on one YouTube channel, and my VODs go onto a second channel on YouTube. So, anyways, this is the little video that I made. And if you do want to go look at this on Instagram, I think it does make a difference, in as much as this is so stupid, but I did go to great pains to make the music that I used loop perfectly. So if that's something that you value, that's on Instagram. Anyways, I'm gonna shut up now, because I think I may well be boring people. So anyways, that's that. Announcement time out of the way. Hello. My water cup is empty, so I'm gonna go attend to that real quick, and I'll be back in just a tick, and then we will finish the sketchies of these little ghosties so we can paint them. One moment, please. Okay, actually, I take it back one more moment, please. I can hear that the tap's dripping in the other room. Hold up. Hold up. I'll be back in a second. Okay, we're good. Sorry about that. Oh, and would you look at that? My moderator slash spouse has just come home. Yay! Oh, I'm so happy. Hello, darling.
What have you been cooking?
Huh?
What's the smell?
I had pasta for lunch.
Ah.
Yeah, with the prawns and some garlic.
Lots of garlic.
You're probably smelling the garlic. Anyways, I'm gonna go say hi to my moderator slash spouse. One moment, please.
It's very garlicky.
Wasn't that garlicky?
It smells very garlicky.
Oh, well, to be fair, it was delicious.
Good.
Yeah. But I did wash up, so everything's clean to make taco rice tonight. Are you excited for taco rice? Please say yes. Hell yeah. I'm excited for taco rice. How was your day?
I completely was so busy I forgot it's my advantage.
You can get a celebratory cake.
Anyway.
Wow, rude. You should rage quit.
I did that as well.
Okay.
So yeah, looking for a new job now.
Looking forward to spending more time with you. Love you. Anywho. Sorry about that, I'm back. Yeah, how are your weeks, y'all? What'd you get up to this week? Hope you've been having a nice time. I just took up my paintbrush like I was going to use it now. But no, I need to finish sketching these little guys. I think I might pop a couple of little sort of like floral space fillers in here and there, but I might paint sort of the main bits first and then see what I want to add. Also going to make sure that stream is actually still working because my chat apparently decided to kick the bucket for a minute there. So hopefully you can still see and hear me. Hello? Why does it say I'm offline? Twitch? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Okay. Alright. We may have a moment. One moment, please. Please tell me I'm still online. Am I streaming? Am I streaming right now? Are we live? I sincerely hope that we're live. Because I just had a moment there. Are we live? I'm just going to type in the chat just in case. Because I'm honestly uncertain. Oh, okay. One moment, please. Technical difficulty screen is imminent. Now. Why are you doing this? Now we're not live. Great job.
What's up?
Oh, it decided to swap from the Wi-Fi to my iPhone.
Oh.
Because it's plugged in. It's like, So, yeah. Anyways, hopefully, we're live again. Fingers crossed. We are live again. No, I don't want to... Oh, beans. I think I broke it. Shoot. Okay. Anyways, if anyone is still here, hi. Nick says I'm live. Thank you so much, Nick. Also, hello. Welcome on in. Sorry for the disruptive business happening right now. Just had a weird... Sometimes when my phone is plugged in, it decides that, like, oh, hey, did you want to actually, like, use your phone signal to connect to the internet instead of anything else. Now it's not connecting my camera to the computer, which is a mild annoyance. But we'll get there. Anyways. You were never not live, I heard saw you the whole time. Oh, thank God, because it did say that the stream was reconnecting for a minute there, so I wasn't sure whether or not it did go down. Because we were having some funky issues. Anyways, it's thinking. In the meantime, how's everyone else doing? Hope you're having beautiful Thursdays and good weeks. Oh, for heaven's sakes, I'm so sorry, everybody. Also, okay, Savaloys to you too, Lina. Welcome on in. This isn't connecting, so I'm gonna... what should I... Okay, I'm gonna do that. Sorry for the little noisies. And I'm gonna try again. We'll get there. Oh, whoa, hell yeah. Okay, we got there. We have it. We are connected. Okay, you should be able to see the art now. There they are. Hooray. I'm back. Hi, everybody. Welcome in again. What fun. Anyways. Nice. My moderator slash spouse is displaying to me that we are in fact live, which is nice. Jeez.
Oh hell yeah, Sledge Callier just subscribed. That's almost a year.
He's literally standing right next to me right now. I'm giving him a hug. Thank you, Sunshine, for the sub.
Hello, everybody.
That is indeed almost a year. Oh my goodness gracious. Thank you, sweetheart. I very appreciate you. Oh. And he is retrieving.
I'm gonna stab some people.
No, 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 no. Knife safety, knife safety. Don't point that at anyone, sweetheart. Just be careful, please. That's very sharp. No. Anyways, he's making silly stab motions with the knife. Be safety, sweetheart. Anyways. No, he got some post today. Incidentally, the doorbell went while I was in the middle of a meeting, so that was great. I was on a video call. But I do, you know what? Video calls are great. If you've been waiting for a delivery, having like a video call scheduled for like a meeting or whatever is a great way to get the delivery person to show up. So, like, wholeheartedly support. Anyways, a knife. No! I know. I know it was probably very stressful for like the parent involved, but my god, that video is just, it gets cited a lot in this house. The the parent's like, "Oh, what if you got there?" And the little child runs past holding a knife. A knife! And just, no! So good. Anyways. The knife has been safely stowed, everyone. Great news. I'm going to sharpen my... Actually, no. I should probably finish the sketchies so that all of the pencil layer has the same weight, and then I will sharpen this because it is a very dull pencil.
Note size of box. Note contents of box.
Once again, I'm going to display the side that doesn't have our address on it, but this is the size of the box doesn't actually fit on screen. It is basically the size of this green mat. This is the size of the delivery. It is smaller than my canvas. Redonkulous. But well, enjoy your free box, sweetheart.
Box.
Box. That's no comment. Anyway, thank you very much for the lurk turnip. I really appreciate it. I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. It's lovely to see you and have a happy lurk. Shall I attempt to draw another one of these little ghosty doos? I think I ought to. So I was thinking like 2 and then 2 and then another 2 up here. And then I'll add in some little... Was that an exclamation mark bonk? I don't know, Lino. That's entirely up to your discretion as to whether or not you want to deploy the exclamation mark bonk. Entirely up to you. I'm going to take a sip of my tea. Sledge says yes. Oh, goodness gracious. Speaking of, still working on my next YouTube video. Just got a couple bits left to film. And then hoping to get at least a good portion of the edit done over the weekend. So it should be up in the next year, says Sledge. I want to say next, like, week or two. But suffice it to say there will be a fair few bonkable moments in this video, and anything that is too bonkable for YouTube will be going into a separate video of, like, demonetizable outtakes that I will be posting on Patreon. Because, despite my best efforts, and my best efforts are very minimal here, it's just, it's a baking video, for context. Anyways, and I do try and keep things relatively family-friendly. Anyways, Laura, hello, welcome in, how are you doing? It's wonderful to meet you, welcome on in, hello, hello, I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. We are finishing drawing, and then we're painting some little ghosts with flowers, because I've just seen so many beautiful flowers out lately, and they make me feel so happy. I just thought it'd be nice to draw some of them. So I'm just looking up, do I want to maybe do, you know, it might be real cute. There are some little, like, primroses that grow in sort of the gardeny area outside my building. I think it might be quite cute doing a little primrose. So I think that's one I might do because they're very, very cute flowers. Or maybe I'll just do some primroses dotted about here and there. Oh, I don't know. This is so hard. I'm so indecisive. No, there's just too many good flowers. Ah. I think a primrose might be a good candidate for like a filler flower for like additional little flavor for the piece. Maybe a hyacinth. I do like a hyacinth as well. Anyways, Nyx is off to a meeting. I hope you have a lovely meeting. And thank you so much for stopping by. Have a good art stream, they say. Thank you so much. And I hope you have a great meeting and a good rest of your Thursday as well. Hell yeah. It's being really nice doing some little ghost art just because I haven't in a really long time. So, quite nice to get to do that. Truly it is. I think I might do... I was thinking a stalk of like purple hyacinths, but actually I think because they're in such like a densely packed, like detailed cluster, I wonder if that's not going to be very easily read on such a small scale, because these little guys are all still fairly small. So, what about an iris? I've seen irises about, and irises are real freaking pretty too. Like, an iris might be fun, but they're also really hard to draw. I might just be setting myself up for giving myself something that's way too hard to draw. Oh, geez. Also, okay, having just done a cursory Google image search on my phone for irises, if you just look up iris and don't specify iris flower, you get a lot of really, really, like, to me anyways, disconcerting close-up photos of, like, people's eyes, which actually feels really... Oh. That honestly kind of gave me the ick. Oh, geez. Okay, I have amended my search now to just be iris flower. And I'm thinking maybe not an iris, just because, like, what even is this shape? It's so confusing. It hurts my brain. I don't understand how that... I think the iris may be a good candidate for just doing, like, a study of one and, like, trying to figure out the ins and outs of how these petals work in greater detail, but maybe not for today. Maybe something that's a little bit more straightforward. You know what's real straightforward? A tulip. I think a tulip is a very iconic springtime flower. So I think maybe a tulip is a better choice. Also, they're just real stinking cute. Also, my wedding flowers were tulips. I had white tulips as my wedding bouquet. Okay, so fun fact. I looked up a whole bunch of, like, florists and their, like, bouquet options, and I considered them all to be significantly too large and too loud. So I ended up the day before my wedding just going to the supermarket in my neighborhood, and they have a flower section. And I was like, okay, let me just see what kind of bouquet I can find at the supermarket. And they had 2 bunches of tulips for £5. So I got 2 bunches of white tulips for £5, had this nice sort of off-white ribbon at home that I used to tie a big bow in it, and that was my bouquet, and I was very fond of it, and it was very pretty, and we kept it in a vase, for as long as it lasted after the wedding, and it was really nice. Hello, darling. It's not about cheap, sweetheart. It's about a chosen minimalist aesthetic that I thought was nice. Also, I didn't want to spend £150 on a bouquet. Yeah. Which is also fair considering that just a couple months after that we were going to have to pay... Actually, it was around, like... It was probably a few weeks after the wedding we had to pay... a good couple £1,000 for, like, my, immigration application. So, happy to be working within a budget for my wedding. And I think that's okay. Honestly, I think a lot of the wedding industry is kind of wild. Like, no, it shouldn't be an expectation that you have to pay 5 figures to get married. Like, no. You don't have to do that. You can get married on like whatever it costs to get a marriage license these days, and the bus fare to the registrar's office if you want to, and have a really beautiful time and a really beautiful day. You know? Like I think and and also I just have a really I'm just a very DIY kind of person, I think, in general, as evidenced by the fact that I like to make stuff. So, I didn't necessarily want to outsource things like arranging the flowers in the way that I wanted them to be, or baking the cake. I've written 2 cookbooks I wanted to bake, so I'd spent a good portion of the night before just baking 2 big batches of cakes, and then decorating them all, and I just brought a big Tupperware of fairy cakes with us to the venue and then the after party, and we all had fairy cakes that were made by me. No, sorry, not fairy cakes, butterfly cakes. There's a significant difference there, obviously. They were Black Forest, so I did little like chocolate cakes and then sort of like cut off the tops and then put some cherry compote in, and then a big mound of whipped cream, and then put the top chunks back on such that they were shaped like they looked like little butterfly wings. It was very sweet. And I did a little like two serving sized heart shaped sponge for my spouse and I, and then decorated the top of it with 2 little Lego figures that we had of ourselves that we put in little formal wear. It was nice. It was really nice. Anyways, enough reminiscing about my wedding. It was many years ago now. And it's probably all a lot more expensive than it was then, because such is time. But anywho, shall I draw another ghost? Shall I draw? I think I shall. Okay. I'm gonna pop one like here, I think. What shape would I like this ghost to be? Maybe like trying to make them be relatively the same size. But I want them to all be slightly different shapes because I want them to all be, like themselves. I think that's nice. Um I don't know if that sounds weird, but I want them all to be sort of to not all look exactly the same, essentially. Because I think that makes it a little bit more fun. Um and this one is going to be holding, I think this one's going to be holding the tulip. Oh, hang on. I don't like the angle of that stem. I think I want to angle it upwards a bit more, actually. So let me just erase that real quick. I keep saying I don't like doing like the sketch phase of things on stream, and I keep doing it anyways because I keep running out of time to finish the sketches off stream. Ah, beans. But never mind. It's all good. Sorry for going on a tangent about my wedding. Just it was, it was a nice day, that's all. It was just a very nice day. Okay, I'm gonna kind of go this way so I can kind of get a better feel for what I am doing with this. I hope this looks cute and not just like weird. I really do, because I don't know. I just think it's fun. I'm not sure what color, because tulips come in so many colors. I feel like red is a very iconic color for tulips, so I might do like a red tulip. Because I think that would be real pretty as well. And maybe just have like the leafy bit coming up from there. And then we just don't see a bit of the arm. Or maybe it is tucked under the arm, actually. Maybe the leaf is also kind of tucked under their arm. Like so. Yeah, oh, beans, that's cute! Oh no, I think that'll be cute. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna give them a little face. Gonna give them just a little face. Oh, get a load of that little guy. That is an absolute little guy right there. Come on, focus. Come on, focus. There we go. That is an absolute little guy right there. Love him. Let's take a look at... Let me just get a load of my Google image search for what various tulip shapes are like. Okay. So I think I'm gonna do one that's like a relatively, like a not super open tulip, because, you know, they go through the various stages of sort of opening. And I think sort of like a mid tulip is probably the best, most sort of iconic tulip shape, that having that sort of rounded appearance to it. I think it's just quite sweet. I think it's nice. So. And I do think I want the flower portion of this to be fairly sizable. There we go. Wow, that was tough. Here's a tulip. Yay, we did it. Actually, you know what? I'm not super happy with this. Hold up. Because I feel like it actually doesn't taper down as much. It's a bit more of a sort of like an oval, but not like it. I don't know. It doesn't taper down very much towards the bottom. It's kind of not quite squared off, but it's very like, I don't know. That looks worse. Hold up. We're starting over. And that's okay. I mean, listen, there are no rules for me when it comes to the flower ghost painting, in as much as I don't know, like this one is holding a rhubarb, which isn't even a flower. I just think that they're great. I just like rhubarb, so I wanted one of them to be rhubarb. Okay. Okay, I feel like that's more of a tulip shape, right? I'd say that's a bit more of a tulip shape. There we go. I think that feels more like a tulip to me. Hopefully that feels like a tulip to you too. Otherwise, it's sorry. I'm trying my best. And for the last one, I was thinking maybe Lily of the Valley. I know it's kind of similar in shape to the bluebells, but it's also my very favorite flower to ever exist. So, to that end, I do have a bit of a bias. And it's my potential future sticker sheet of little ghost paintings, so... I mean, Lily of the Valley does have a very distinctive shape, and it is different to the bluebell, so I think I can get away with it. Do you think I can get away with it? I think I can get away with it. I'm gonna try anyways. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take another sip of my tea as well, actually. Which continues to be a mint tea, and a green tea. There's this tea that I bought recently that is, it's supposed to be a green tea with spearmint and jasmine. But I think just because it's a tea that is blended from a number of ingredients, and the different ingredients have different weights and different densities, I think whoever scooped the tea out of the big barrels that the tea comes from, that they put into a personal sized tin or bag, I think must have not stirred it up very well, because there's no mint in it. It is just a jasmine tea, and I have no complaints about that in general, because jasmine is one of my favorite flavors of tea. But I really wanted the mint also, because I'm a big fan of the mint situations, as well as the jasmine. So a little disappointed about that, I have to say. That's okay. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that little ghosty tail. I liked parts of that little ghosty tail, and I didn't like other parts of that ghosty tail, so I'm gonna try and... That's better, I think. I think that reads better. Okay. And the little ghosty hands. Like so. Holding. I'm gonna have to look up a bunch of pictures of what lilies of the valley look like again, because you know what? I have not quite like the full opposite of a photographic memory, but my memory is not... It's not fantastic, and it's certainly not the most reliable. So, it's nice to have references, that's all. It's just nice to have references. That's a weird shape. I would like to fix that. I'm gonna just turn this a little bit, I think. Just gonna give this a little turn. Is that a weird... I don't know. Anyways, jasmine and mint is hard to balance, says Lino, since jasmine is so delicate a flavor and mint is not. Very true. Very true. I have had this tea before, and normally it is quite a good balance. Like, you get the lovely sort of like... the lovely sort of sweet floral of the jasmine, as well as like the cool mint. But this one is just all jasmine. So I think somebody just did a goofball on this one. And you know, that's okay. But yeah, I was a little bit disappointed. But just a little bit disappointed. Yeah, just gonna give him a little whoop. Because they're happy. Because they've got a thing of lilies of the valley, and lily of the valley is a very pretty flower. So how could they not be happy about that? Because it's lovely. It's got a little leaf. Okay, and now I get to draw. Okay, I think I might actually make the flowers a little bit bigger, because otherwise they're not going to read great. So these might be unusually large lily of the valley flowers, but forgive me. I'm doing it for artistic effect. It's okay if they are if they're a little stylized. I mean, I'm drawing ghosts. This entire piece is stylized. I kind of like the fact that lilies of the valley kind of look like little ghosts in and of themselves. I cannot draw these. That's way too big. No. Oh, we'll get there. Don't worry. We'll get there. I think I'm just gonna slightly adjust the way that the stalk is going so it's not sort of interfering with the, Is that worse? That's worse. Hold up. Hold up. Once again, this is why I normally spare you the sketch face. A terrible drawing time team asking for James Hoffman enjoying a nice cup of decaf herbal tea. Is that an April Fool, James Hoffman? For anyone who doesn't know, James Hoffman is a coffee expert. I own a book that he wrote all about how to brew coffee. He's very much a coffee guy, but I'm given to understand he doesn't dislike tea. So this could be in character. I just have to remember what he looks like. Which, I just talked about how bad my visual memory is, which is part of the reason that this segment of stream was invented in the first place. Because 'tis... Terrible drawing time, everybody. Allow me to explain, if I may. Terrible drawing time is this thing that happens on stream, wherein for 5 minutes, or for 5,000 channel points, I've got 5 minutes or less to draw a character or concept of your choosing from memory or sight unseen. On the terrible drawing canvas. This is our current canvas. It's very silly. I'm looking forward to it being done, because Long Bandicoot scares me. Like, I know that I drew him, but he still scares me. Anyways, I'm gonna pop 5 minutes on the clock starting now. One moment, please. Let me just get my clock app up. Don't look at how low my battery is getting. Everything's fine. 5 minutes on the clock. What the heck does James Hoffman look like? I don't know. Oh, you can see my reflection in the phone screen. Hi everybody. Hello. I look very bad from this angle. Never mind. Starting now. Okay, James Hoffman is a guy who, and he's white. And what the heck does his nose look like? I confess I've never really paid that much attention to his nose. So I may be at a bit of a disadvantage here. I think it's just, I don't know. It's guy shaped. It's just guy shaped. James Hoffman, forgive me. I'm so sorry. I'm going to presuppose that your nose looks kind of like this. Does it look kind of like that? I don't know. It does now. Long crack can't hurt you. He can't reach because of his strangely T-Rex-like arms, says Lina. Oh my god. Oh no. That's fantastic. Okay. James Hoffman, he's a man, he has eyes. But most importantly, this is a guy where if he wears his glasses, he can see better. So I'm going to put some glasses on him. I'm going to give him an ear. I'm going to give him a nice little smile. Like so. And he is looking like a happy little guy. So far, so good, I think. His hair is pretty short. So I'm going to try and give him relatively short hair, but it does that thing where it kind of sticks up. So I'm going to try and going to give him a bit of a hairline, like so. And then it just... His hair kind of goes like that, I think. It kind of goes like that. It's like that kind of shape. Anyways, he needs to be holding a nice herbal tea, so hold up. What sort of... Oh, God. I have seen this guy so many times. Can I remember what kind of shirts that he wears? Does he wear, mostly t-shirts, or does he wear button-up shirts? I don't know. I think he wears many different kinds of shirts. I'm going to give him a nice button-up shirt, because I think he'd appreciate that. And he's going to be holding a very big mug in his hand. And you can't see all of his arm because it's obscured by this person who's there. But he's holding a mug. He's not holding it by the handle because why not? You can see by the fact that there's a string coming out of it that it's a nice cup of herbal tea. And he's just chilling and having a good time. I think, honestly, it's not bad as far as I tried to draw in 5 minutes or less portrait of James Hoffman drinking a cup of herbal tea. But your mileage may vary on whether or not you think that's acceptable. Please don't show this to James Hoffman. I mean, we're not friends, but if I ever did interact with him, I would like to think that I would be greeted with some measure of esteem, and I don't know whether or not that would make or break it, so... This is James Hoffman drinking a cup of herbal tea. Do we approve? I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy. Anyways, thank you for making me draw this. It's pretty good, so Sledge, thank you. Actually, you know what? Maybe we can do, now that I've completed the drawing, maybe we can do a quick side-by-side compare. Just so you can decide whether or not, for anyone who isn't familiar with this guy, you can decide whether or not I did a good job of doing a drawing of him. So I'm gonna get a picture of him up on screen. Here's a picture from his website. So just for comparison, again, here's James Hoffman, The Terrible Drawing Time. And here's what James Hoffman actually looks like. No, I didn't actually. Hold up. I didn't click the thing. Here's what James Hoffman actually looks like. And while you're looking at James Hoffman's personable and friendly face, my moderator has asked how to block people. It's fine, sweetheart. I've banned them. You go to the moderator view. That's timer for terrible drawing time. So sweetheart, you go to twitch.tv/moderator/ the channel that you're moderating, and then you just click on their username and you get a section on the moderator pane that allows you to just as like a quick action ban the user. So that's how I do it anyways. Or /ban as well, apparently. Anyways. So that was terrible drawing time. No worries about that. Sorry, I was trying to catch it, but I was trying to do this at the same time. But I did notice, and despite the fact that like I don't have the most popular channel on Twitch, I'm not interested in increasing my follower numbers by buying followers, because that's not genuine organic audience / interaction. That's not valuable to me. Also, I think having a high number of followers and not have any of them ever actually watch your channel, I think tends to make you do worse in the algorithm, because the algorithm suspects that something sus is going on. My point is, don't buy followers. Just be a nice person. It's almost almost certainly a scam. Oh yeah, absolutely it is. Don't do it. Oh, speaking of, I've been getting some really, like, egregious scam adverts on Instagram lately. I don't know if anyone else has been getting these, but I got 2 in the same day that were like warehouse sale, and it was obviously that they just like downloaded a TikTok from the Lucy and Yak account. If you're not familiar with Lucy and Yak, they're a UK-based clothing retailer who are known mostly for the dungarees that they make. They do really comfy clothes. I do own a couple of pairs of trousers from them. But it was like scam, like warehouse sale ads, and you go to the website and the URL is like shop.blurg, and it's like, yeah, definitely selling a pair of 60-pound dungarees for $3.99. That sounds legit. Anyways, hi Luna, welcome on in. How are you doing? Lovely to see you. Welcome. Hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. Luna says, hello all, I love these little ghosts. Oh, thank you. Sledge is going on a ban spree. Is everything... Am I missing stuff in chat, babe? What goes on? But also thank you. Those names sound sus.
They were very similar, but not actual people screenshots.
They sound like very sus bot names, so thank you for that. Anyways, anywho, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I wanted to make sure that, are they those pesky view bots? I like to go on little ban raids for those too. I don't really understand the point of those ones that just show up in your, like, I don't really look at my, when I'm streaming, I don't look at my, like, list of, like, viewers, because it's like, if people want to know that they're here, they'll speak in chat. Otherwise, I'm happy to have them just quietly doot around in the background. That's fine. But if anyone is here, like, maliciously, please go away, because we're just having a nice time. Or at least I'm attempting to have a nice time. I am having a nice time, with that being said. There we go. I think that's it. That's a good Lily of the Valley. I think that reads as Lily of the Valley. I think that's nice. Okay. So I wanted to do some little, like, filler flowers in sort of the gaps between these little characters, but I think I want to actually start painting these first. Hey, Maud, what's up? Do you want to... Okay, one moment, please, everybody. Just having a little chat with my spouse. I'll be back in a sec. Hey, hello. I'm back. Sorry about that. Um, uh, anyways, Luna says, I'm not sure what they're about, but Doom and Azola, who are friends of ours, shared a Viewbot list site with me, and I trust their tech knowledge more than mine. That is fair. That is fair, and also very useful, potentially. Linus says, am I here maliciously? No. But certainly with occasional impish intent. Teehee, teehee. I do. Now, Lino, you know I do appreciate a little bit of impish intent. Teehee, teehee. I mean, it lets me say teehee. Because that just feels like something impish to do, to say. Teehee. Anyways, sorry. Luna says, malice never, mischief perhaps. Nothing wrong with a little bit of mischief, as long as the intent is kind. Always kind. I mean, I was tempted to ban Lino. Sweetheart, no. No, no. Absolutely not. If nothing else, we are players in a Dungeons and Dragons that Lino DMs, so it would not be in our best interest to antagonize them. Please and thank you. Also, we love you. So, no banning of the friend. Much love. Anyways. Lino says, hey Luna, only occasionally here. Sammy says, I'm mostly dooting around. I do love dooting around. I do love that the term dooting around has made it into the lexicons of people I know. Doot is such a good word. It's so useful. Doot, doot, doot. Okay, before I forget, I'm going to sharpen my pencil, but then we're going to start painting, so... honestly, Ferris is like, I'd be tempted to ban me too. No, Dan doots impishly. I do appreciate the impish dooting. Thank you, everyone. I'm gonna do a little sharpen up. No! Well, the sharpening went well. Let me just do a little bit. Y'all, look at this. It sharpened too well. It sharpened much too well. Oh no. I'm gonna have to keep sharpening until it has graphite again. Oh no. This pencil's getting very small. Very fast. Come on. Found it. Oh god. Now the edge just looks really jagged and horrifying. Oh no. I mean, I bought this pencil in part because it says Oxford on it in big letters, which makes me feel like it's prestigious. You know? I say that as someone who lives in not to dox myself further, but I live in Oxford. And I feel like that's not a dox because it's a big city, but old, yes. Prestigious. I mean, would I be part of a university that would have somebody like me as a member of staff? Oxford doesn't have socks, does it? Well, I'm certainly not wearing socks. I mean, it's not called Socksford, Dan's. Oxford doesn't have docks, does it? It's certainly got a river and it's got good coffee. And yes, darling. What? Ah, yes. Yes, we do. It's in the... What is that, Petal? Is that the west side of the city? In the west side of the city. There is, yes. There are Oxford-style pillowcases, too. Oh my god, we're so influential. Does that make me an influencer? Please say no, unless it means that, like, I don't know, somebody gives me money. I would not be above being sponsored. As long as I consider the things trying to sponsor me to be, you know, reputable. Anyways. I want to paint some flowers. For starters, I'm using the Pastel Shades paint pan set, but I'm thinking of using something a little bit deeper to do some of, like, the shading later on, depending on how I think it will look. But I think that might be cool, so that's what I'm going to try. I don't know why I'm speaking with a percussive paintbrush in hand. It just feels good. Anyway, continuing on. I think I'm going to start by doing, like, everything but the tulip, because everything else is kind of its own one color, but tulips come in lots of different colors, so I think to try and determine what the most harmonious shade of tulip would be, I need to do all of the other things first. So, maybe I should start by painting in the many and various greens, because I think that might give us a good read on what, is there some strange jumping around in the stream, or is it my internet? It might have been my internet having a moment, or it might have been Twitch doing a little something. But I noticed that the picture was being a little bit choppy for a second as well, so it might have just been having a bit of a blip. But also, I was talking weird, so it might have... I might have just been talking weird, Luna. I don't know. I do that sometimes. I do. I said do. Damn it, Twitch. I don't know. Twitch is trying its best. Please don't ban me from your platform, Twitch. I'm just a little ghosty. Trying to have a nice time. In a volatile world. If something as strange as jumping in the stream, it might be salmon. That's true. Though at certain times of the year, that's fairly expected, I think. Anyways, I don't really understand how salmon works. Well, I know that they're fish, and I know that it's delicious. But apart from that, I don't. Okay. Anyways. Lux, hi! Hello, Lux. Welcome on in. How are you doing? Welcome. Hope you're having a magnificent Thursday. It's wonderful to see you. How are you? How was your week? All that jazz. I'm sorry for the interrogation. Just hello. How are you? Feel free to share or not as much as you please. It's all good. Anywho, Luna says it wasn't you, I'm sure. It's like repeating what you say now and again. Oh, yes. I don't know what that is, but I have that happen sometimes in streams that I'm watching as well. And I don't know why. I think maybe it's just like the stream is trying to catch up with things, maybe? Question mark? I'm really not sure. I'm just not sure. Anyways. Gonna try and get this tiny little brushy up and running. And try and make what feels like an appropriate shade of green. First for the daffodil. Because why? Because the daffodil's right here, so I want to do it first. Anyways, Luna says it's probably my internet. It likes to be temperamental of late, I find. Oh, no! I mean, in fairness, my internet is also temperamental sometimes. Sometimes the internet is just like that. I'm going to make this green just a little bit more, because the mint green that I was using there is quite a turquoisey Yeah, I mean, it's not turquoise. Apparently this is turquoise, though, to be honest, that's fairly straight. That's almost straight ahead blue to me. That's almost a turquoise. I guess somewhere between these two would be what I would consider turquoise. Anyways, I'm not going to question the naming conventions of the of the pastel paint pan set. I don't freaking know. Anyways, I'm going to add just a twinge of yellow to this, and then a little bit more of this beautiful artichoke color. And then I think we're good to go with sort of our base daffodil stock green. Anyways, Buck says, and yes, I'm well, just terrible weather here. It is also, yeah, I'm looking outside. It's very gray, and it is rather wet. Which is, I genuinely thought I might be able to do an ambient light stream, because the lighting was beautiful when I started the stream, and within 10 minutes, like right after I like unmuted the mic and was ready to go, the light was gone. So, but visit UK soon. Hell yeah, my friend. Hell yeah. I hope that the weather improves for when you are here, because you deserve the good weather. Oh my goodness gracious. Hell yeah. Okie dokie. Ooh, it's pretty. Now, bearing in mind, this is quite a light green for a daffodil stalk. But, number one, I will be shading it in later. And also, number two, all of these colors are quite light. But I like the softness of these. I think it'll work really well for sort of a springtimey palette and these sorts of sweet little flowers, or at least I hope. At least I hope it will. I very hope it will. Anyways, what one do I want to do? Do I want to do maybe the bluebells next, or maybe the tulip actually? Because I think the tulip green is more. It's very similar to the daffodil green, but it's also, I feel like the tulip stalk can have a bit of a gradient to it, so I might kind of try and do a little bit of a fade on that, even though currently the tulip stalk is literally just a line. But you know what, shh, it's fine, don't worry about it. This paint I think also has a really nice, like, just not texture but like appearance to it. Has like a soft sort of matteness to it. It's not quite as transparent as other watercolors that I've got, but I kind of like the way that looks and behaves, so I am not to complain about it. Okay, really doing it to myself with these very tiny little spaces. Why? If I were to ask myself why, I would tell you I don't know. Because fun? Because I'm also very good at biting off more than I can chew in any given situation. Definitely because fun. Okay, I forgot to gradient that out, which was very silly. Might I be able to lift a little bit up top here if I just plomp some water down on there and just blot that back up. Oh, that has lifted a bit, actually, yeah. Just literally that one spot. Yeah, that's worked really well. Okay, sweet. Hell yeah. I mean, that's not a super important element. I just think it would look cool if we did it. So I would like to do it. I'm gonna do the lilies of the valley with this bent as well. Though now my brush is wet, I'm gonna have to add more paint. So a little more of the artichoke. I always think it's really interesting when I have like a paint set with, you know, like 12 paints or whatever, and you can see which paints are very much the most liked and which ones I haven't had as much use for. Like, oh my god, I've used so much of this pink and so much of this purple and like a ton of this brown and this green. but not so much the oranges or the blues. I don't know why. I don't seem to paint with a lot of orange. Maybe I should find more orange things to paint. Anyways. Anywho. Never mind. Maybe that'll be my next task. Maybe my aesthetic theme for Little Guys Month will just be like using up one of the paint pans that I don't use often enough. I mean, this month's is violet scented ink that it just behaves so weirdly. I chatted about this a little bit earlier, but it's just this ink is so weird. This ink is weird, and this ink is weirder than the other two inks I have of this range. It acts so weirdly, but I love it so much. And this shade of purple, again, does not show up correctly on cameras. This is not the color it is. Like, my flesh is the correct color, but the ink? No! It's not. So if you want to see what this ink actually looks like, I don't know, I guess you'll have to get a little guy painted. No pressure, obviously. Again, I get that it's a bit pricier and I don't actually expect anyone to sign up for it. I just wanted to do it, so it's there if you want it. Anyways, but enough about that. I am very bad at self-promoting. It makes me feel it just makes me feel guilty and bad. I don't know if this is just like a lack of self-confidence or the tism or the fact that I hate advertising in general. But I also want my artist friends to tell me about stuff that they have for sale so I can buy their stuff. So, I should probably apply the same logic to myself, but I can't do that because I'm just a little goblin and inherently assume that no one likes me and everyone thinks that my art is bad. So thank you all for being here because it counteracts that just a little bit, and that's nice. Anywho, Luna says the mint and silver blue are gorgeous. They look like they'd be beautiful together. Ooh. These two. Hell yeah. I really like... Okay, here's the silver blue is basically gray. It's gorgeous. It's also very pale. The mint, also gorgeous. Together, super gorgeous. Can confirm. This, they call it storm gray. Correct me if I'm wrong, but is that not just brown? That's brown. Anyways. Really makes you think, says Lux. Oh my god. I love it. Lux says, no press, but give me money. This, Lux, I feel really guilty. I feel really guilty right now. Once again, I don't expect anyone to take this up, but also part of the reason I decided to make this baby's first physical media tier on my Patreon is that literally if no one signs up to the small number of slots available, I simply don't have to do any work for it. And I haven't spent any money on things that no one wants, which is a problem when you're a small artist. Anyways, that's a cool toned brown in my opinion, says Luna. It is exactly it is. Thank you. Sometimes I really question the names of some of these colors. I'm like, hello? Luna says my makeup palettes are all like that. All the cool toned browns are always used up and the warmer tones are left. And the more silvery, highlighty colors are used fast because but the golds tend to be left. So what I'm getting from this is that you have a cool undertone and that you look best in cooler shades and silvers. And also that you're a very cool person. Anyways, Dan says, I like hearing you talk about all your stuff you have available. Oh, thank you, Dan. Thank you. Lux says, it's the Canadian in you. Truly. You can take the Canadian out of Canada. And you can have them live in a space long enough that they start introducing more glottal stops into their everyday speech. But you cannot take the Canadian out of their cultural brain, I guess. Anyways. What's their name? Hey, says Lux. Anyways. Luna says, your art is beautiful. It's such good. No, you. Hey. I should have like a no you emote. Just so I can just so I can deflect when people say nice things to me and I don't know what to do with that information. But that's very kind, thank you. It makes me feel confused, but in a good way. So thank you for that. Anywho, let us complete this Lily of the Valley stem. I like lilies of the valley because they're white flowers and therefore very easy to paint in as much as I don't have to. Oh man, speaking of, there is a tea company based in France that do a limited edition Lily of the Valley tea in the spring. And I've never had a chance to get it. I would love to try it. I would absolutely love to try it. But it's limited edition and it's only available for like a couple weeks of the year. So guess what is freaking expensive from an already freaking expensive like tea company? Can I justify this purchase? No. Lino has redeemed a terrible drawing time, and let me tell you, I hate it. Why would you hurt me in this way, Lino? I thought we were friends. I'm kidding, I love you, but, Look, says, damn you, Lino, I was just about to do a terrible drawing time. Oh, jeez. Okay. Lino wants this guy, Long Crack Bandicoot, reaching for the bottom shelf. No! Lux said this is going to be mine. The Schneider's sign gaining sentience and going on a rampage of destruction by shooting lasers from its eyes. I mean, I think there's one more terrible drawing redeem available before the stream is done if you're still here. Otherwise, bank that for next time, because I will be back. Oh, I hate this. I don't even know how I'm gonna do it. I think Long Crack Bandicoot is gonna struggle with this, but also I'm supposed to be drawing things from memory, and he's right there. But oh geez. Okay, it's gonna have to be a smaller vignette because I'm running out of space on the canvas, but we'll do our best. 5 minutes on the clock starting now. This is horrifying. So thank you for that, Lino. You truly understand the meaning of terrible drawing time. Incidentally, for anyone who missed it earlier, the first terrible drawing of the day was this portrait of YouTube's James Hoffman drinking an herbal tea. And I think it does kind of look like him, so well done me. Okay, where am I going to put Long Crack Bandicoot reaching for the bottom shelf? Okay, I think I'm gonna do it over here. So I'm gonna pop like a little shelving unit in here, just sort of next to the emu, like so. We've got some shelves. Got some things on the I don't know what's on the... You know what? It's going to be a bookshelf, because why not? Because I like books. Y'all like books. We know how long it takes to draw books. So let's draw some books within the space of a terrible drawing time. Because I have zero chill. Oh, why did I do this to myself? Because why not? I don't know. There we go. Okay, looks kind of like a bookshelf. Right, so here's... I don't know what the scale is of Long Crack Bandicoot versus this shelf, but it's... Oh boy, this is gonna be bad. This is gonna be real bad. Okay, so I'm gonna put... His face is like here. And he's feeling stressed. How am I gonna do this? Oh my goodness. He's looking stressed. Because this is a stressful situation. Oh no. Because he's like, no, but... Oh geez. My arms is too short. And I don't know what to do. Because then my body goes like this. I hate it. Wait. No, is this how it would work? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Or would he be like standing upright and then sort of trying to bend over? Oh, maybe? I don't know what the mechanics of long Bandicoot are. I think, okay, I'm gonna pause this is gonna bother me, because I think I need to start over. I think I need to start over. I think I need to start over. I need to start over. Pretty soon I'm gonna need to buy more Terrible Drawing Time canvas paper, because I'm on my second last sheet of this size. I don't use it for anything other than Terrible Drawing Time because it's too large for me to draw regular pictures of on. But I needed more vertical space than I had available to me on the Terrible Drawing canvas. So we're starting over. I hope that's okay, everybody. Right. Where's my timer? Okay. I am resuming the timer. Let's go. This is really stupid. But you know what? Tough biscuits. You wanted a terrible drawing? You are going to receive a terrible drawing. And I hope you will be happy with it. Oh my goodness, the perspective on this, the shape of this shape, it is trash. But it is a shelf unit. And I'm not going to get too crazy about shading it or anything, and the shelves are very wiggity wonky, and that's just gonna be the way it is. Oh good, I'm gonna have to put things on the shelf. I'm gonna put some much more simple stuff on the shelf. Now there's just, I don't know, like boxes of things or something, whatever. Gonna be some... Just some bits. This is getting way too involved and too complicated. I'm doing too much. Again, that's a multi-pack of cereals, because why? Because I like them and I never buy them. So, you know, that's why. And these are gonna be just bags of oats. That's what they are. He just wants a bag of oats, because porridge is a good breakfast. Popping you on the PC and leaving a lurk because I've been putting off washing my hair all day and I finally have to do it, says Luna. Oh my god, that is such a mood. Have a lovely time, and thank you very much for the lurk. Much appreciated. Okay, so we have a shelf. Now. I'm going to try and do this long Bandicoot justice, and this is going to be ridiculous, because I've decided that actually... Okay, so, once again... Here's his little Bandicoot face. And he's grumpy. With his little snaggly tooth. Because this is being a struggle. But also... He's bending like this. Because why? Because I said so. Because I think it's funny. Is this worse? Probably yes. And you know what? Good. I'm glad it's worse. Tough biscuits. He might have even actually gotten longer here. I don't know. There's his little jeans. Teeny tiny little jeans compared to the rest of his body. There he is. The most horrifying creature to ever live, and I hate him, but also... Okay, now I love him. I fixed it. I love him now. There's 17 seconds left on the clock. So I'm just gonna draw. Do some packaging design while I have time. Wow. There we go. Okay, the timer is done. I couldn't finish all the packaging design, but I hope you're happy. Because I'm deeply stressed. And I hate this. But in a fun way. It's all good. That was terrible drawing time. Thank you very much, Lino. I hope you're happy. I really do, because I'm not. That was fun. Thank you. Let's continue drawing some little flower petal friends. Just walk back into slightly cozier territory. Tee tee. Oh my god, why you do this to me? Why? Stress. Anyways, it's fine. That was fun. Thank you for that. Anywho. What does the green stuff on bluebells look like? What sort of... That's a more of a fresh green. So I want to put more of a combo of just sort of like the turquoise and then like a lemon yellow, I think, for the bluebells, because it's definitely like a brighter green than I used for these ones. And I want to, despite the fact that these are teeny tiny, and I can't really get super detailed in such a tiny space, though challenge accepted, I do want to try and do a reasonable amount of justice to them. And have them be recognizable as the, like, flower types that they are. Otherwise, what the heck am I doing here, you know? So this is, it's certainly a more yellowy green, more of a fresh green, and less of the sort of like deep green that we had from the others. Again, this is a very light color because it's gonna get like shaded in and stuff. So this isn't the final. This is just a first go. It is not the whole story. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's so pretty. Yay. The bluebells are out in force where I am right now. Seeing them about in the greenery is so nice, so cozy. I love, you know, as much as I'm very much like an autumn sort of Halloween-y kind of person, there is something very joyful about spring and when the flowers start blooming, and it's just, I don't know, it just gives you like it gives me like happy brain chemicals seeing flowers. Just weirdly enough, exposing yourself to the bright colors of nature makes you feel good. Who'd have thunk? Stop painting babies' nurseries beige. I have thoughts. I don't think it's good for their brains. I really don't. I mean, certainly seeing colors is good for my brain, you know? Like, that kind of, like, sensory input is nice and good for learning and stuff. I don't know. Anyways, I'm taking a sip of my juice because I also have a bottle of juice that I forgot that I had that has not expired. Yay! It has been in the fridge for a couple weeks, so I was like, wait. Mel says, also, hi Mel! How are you doing? Welcome on in. Hello. Mel says, have you seen the beige children's toys / clothes parody account on Instagram? No, but I love it already. Cause it was a couple years ago now. I'd gotten a gift card to a major department store here as like a Christmas gift from my in-laws, and I thought, you know what, I think a good use for this is to buy some new, like, bed linens. And so I was looking for, like, a bedspread duvet cover type situation. And I didn't filter down by like the size of duvet cover that we need, so I was getting things for like children's beds as well. And there was a children's bedspread that described itself as rainbow print. And what it was entirely this color with like white rainbows printed on it. That I don't know how to explain to them that that's not a rainbow, that's a semicircle. A rainbow is not a shape. It is a spectrum of colors in the usually in the shape of an arc. If it's just beige on white or white on beige, it is a neutral semicircle. It was so funny and also so flippin' bleak. I hated it. I hated it so much. Oh my goodness gracious. Ah. Anyways, that's my rant about that. But yeah, if you want to either send me that Instagram account if you have it like to hand somewhere, Mel, or stick it in the Discord if you want to. I would love to see. Very much so. A bow, maybe. Not a rainbow. Yeah, exactly. It's like, do you understand what rainbows are and how they work with regard to, like, you know, like, visible light situations? Ugh. Am I good at explaining the science behind rainbows? No. Do I understand it? Yes. Anyways. So, yeah, frustrating. Just a smidge, just a smidge. It's amazing how much words just lose all of their meaning, I suppose. Anyways. And I know language is, you know, exists in a state of evolution, yada, 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 and I shouldn't complain about such things, but I am going to complain about just blatant misuse of the word rainbow. Why do people like neutral colors so much, asks Lino. I'm playing GTA a lot, and the number of people driving around in black or gray cars baffles me. I don't know. I don't know. Certainly in a video game where my car can be any color I want it to be. My car's not going to be black or gray. My car's going to be, if I can make it polka dot, I'm going to make it polka dot. Because polka dots are fun. Here's me in my bright pink monster truck murder machine, says Lino. Oh, that's beautiful. And why not? Like, GTA is a fun, silly game with all the most ridiculous things you can do and see and yada, yada, yada. And people are just dooting around in, like, a gray car? Like, why? Like, why would you do that to yourself? You can be having so much more fun. I don't get it. I truly don't. I very much feel you on that one. How strange. Anyways. Brush, can I pick up a little bit more paint, please? Thank you. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit more artichoke in this. The rhubarb one's a little bit difficult because the rhubarb has all of these little veins in it, and the veins are going to want to not be leaf colored. But I think what I might do is actually kind of go quite thickly around the edges with this color, and then do like a quite light wash around the inside. And then use quite a thick amount of the paint to do the veins later so that they stand out. Because this paint layers quite well. And it does actually have a little bit more opacity than like, it's kind of between a watercolor and a gouache, because you can make it a bit more opaque. So I think that's what I might do. I might just kind of wet it down a little bit. And just especially like the larger veins, I might actually just paint around. I might just kind of paint around like the bigger veins. Just give it a little bit of space. Run out of paint on my brush. Like a champion. And then go back for a little bit more. There we go. Hopefully this should work kind of okay. I'll just kind of paint around either side of it, so. How am I running out of paint already? Oh my goodness, I thought I mixed up so much of it. Heck, never mind. Never mind, anyways. Pink with yellow to invoke Mr. Blobby. No! Oh, the absolute horror. No, listen, of all of the things that, now admittedly I was a bit of a skittish little bean when I first moved to this country because everything was brand new and I was all by myself, but I will say the one cultural phenomenon that absolutely just scared the absolute crap out of me was Mr. Blobby. Just terrifying. The scariest. 0 out of 10, do not recommend. I don't like him, he scares me. He's a scary boy, anyways. Though there is a part of me that would have loved to see, there was a Mr. Blobby theme park, which is frankly horrifying. The fact that it existed, that is. But I think it was like, I don't know if it's still the case, but it was just like kind of abandoned. And you could go and see like some of the artifacts of like the abandoned Mr. Blobby's cottage that's just like overgrown and horrifying. Which is on the one hand kind of hilarious and also on the other hand deeply unsettling and scary. So, yeah, fun stuff. There we go. Yay, we have kind of a rhubarb leaf, sorta. A little bit. Kind of. I don't know. One end of it is looking a little bit... I'm just gonna... that a little blot because it's a little bit dark. Okay, I think that's a bit better. But this is all gonna get shaded in anyways before it's done, so like whatever. I'm gonna clean down the brush real quick, and then I'm gonna make lavender stock, which is a blend of this mint. It is quite a different stock color to the other ones, because in my experience, it's not a super potent green. So I'm kind of making a green, and then I'm adding some of this like silver to it. To kind of mute it down a little bit. I think that'll look really pretty. I hope anyways. Let's take a look. Woo! Yep, I like it. I dig it. I think it's nice. I'm gonna just wet my brush a little bit because it was drying out there for a second, and that's not good because it needs to be wet for the paint to work. Otherwise, the paint will simply not be seen, and we wouldn't want that, would we? The paint wants to be visible. There we go. Just simple little... Of course, I'm relatively experienced in drawing lavender flowers now because back in November I got a lavender stalk tattooed on my arm. I'm not going to be able to show it very well on stream, but if you can bear with me for just a second, I think I might be able to get my arm under the camera appropriately. Yep, just about. There's a bit of it. There's a tiny amount of it. That's my tattoo. Anyways, the artist was really sweet. I think he's still working in London, but is at some point potentially moving to Wales. So if you're in or around London, or potentially Wales if he does end up moving to Wales. His name is Chris Harvey, and he's really, really, really good and a really sweet guy, and was really good to work with. So, million out of 10 do recommend. Also, his own designs are chef's kiss. They're so pretty. Anyways, a lot of botanical stuff as well as like little creatures and things. Just very nice work. I'm a fan. Anyways, just a little, here's a little tour of what they look like properly so far. There's Lavender Ghosty, there's a little Daffodil Buddy, and Rhubarb is taking up so much space, and honestly, we love that for them. And the Bluebells here, Tulip, and Lily of the Valley. And I wanted to take you on that little tour now because I'm going to pop a little BRB and I'll be back in just a second. You are all breathtaking. I will see you in just a moment. Enjoy the BRB screen. In the meantime, I'll be right back. That's better. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for bearing with during the BRB. It's good to be back. Let us continue painting in the flowery bits. I'm not sure if we'll finish all the line art for this piece today. I thought we maybe would, but then I had also not anticipated that I wasn't actually going to finish drawing it before stream started, so this is... Listen, I'm trying my best. Oh yeah, I was also going to do some little filler flowers here and there, sort of in between them to kind of give the piece a little bit more stuff. So we're I think I might need to finish this off stream. I don't know. Anyways, but what I'm gonna do, I think I like those daffodils that you get where the center is a slightly different shade of yellow to the outside. So I'm actually gonna use this sort of peachy orange for like the interior to give it like a golden look, and then use the lemon for the outside of it. And I think that's gonna look really, really cute. I hope it will look very cute. We shall see whether or not it looks cute. We're going to try it anyways, because this is quite a yellowy orange to begin with. And so I think to that end, it works well as part of a daffodil, I think. Pick up some lemon, which is a wonderful bright yellow. I don't think I use it super often, but I do think it is rather cute. There we go. I do love daffodils. They're so stinking cheerful. I think that's nice. Okay, next, I'm putting off doing the rhubarb because it's large and complicated. I think it's the largest and most complicated of all of the things happening in and around here. Okay, bluebells. Bluebells are weird. And I say bluebells are weird because I'm gonna bring up a picture of bluebells onto screen in just a second. And the reason I say that bluebells are weird is that to my untrained eyes anyways, a lot of bluebells to me look kind of purplish. Like they look pretty, it's like, is it a bluey purple or a purpley blue? I don't know. Is it a blurple? Maybe it's a blurple. But here are some English bluebells. And I think it really toes the line between is it blue or is it purple. And it's really hard for me to say. But there are certainly some bluebells growing in my neighborhood that I look at them and I'm just like, those are purple bells. Those are just purple bells. I don't know, maybe the name of the bluebell predates the name, like the word purple. Because I think if you go back by like centuries, we didn't have quite as many names for the different sort of gradations of colors in the spectrum as we do now. I mean, certainly I do question sometimes when they refer to, like, certain birds as being certain colors, and it's like, that's not red, that's orange. But maybe then, you know, referring to, like a red-breasted robin, maybe that predates the word for orange, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't Googled this stuff yet because I wasn't super interested in it until this very second. Or maybe it was just somebody who has a certain grade of colorblindness. And so, to be honest, just based on, like, the sort of, like, tone and intensity of it, it reads very similarly to the way that red reads. Which are often largely different shades of kind of brown. Anyways, Dan says, see, Sammy, unlike the rainbow, where color is more important than the shape of the bluebell is more important than the color. Well, that's why they're called bluebells, because they've got like a bell shape, but it's still got blue in it. Right? I don't know. Anyways. My point is that that's why I'm making a bluebell color, where I'm going to be combining cornflower blue, which is blue, here, with some of the lavender. And I'm also not just going to be using lavender to make the color of lavender, which is going to need probably a little bit of the silver blue mixed in as well. But first of all, let's take some cornflower blue. I believe that blue cornflowers are fairly blue, if memory serves, though I may also be misremembering that. Maybe they're a little bit purplish blue. I don't know. Anyways, let's make a nice shade of bluebell. I think that's a pretty good shade of bluebell. I think that's a good shade. I'm going to go with that shade of bluebell. So different robins have differently colored breasts. Native British robins' breasts are more red than Northern European ones that winter here. Is that so, Lino? I had no idea. Partially because I don't see a lot of bobbins in this neighborhood, because they're very elusive little creatures, and it's very rare that one of them will sort of pop out onto a tree and say hello. I do see them occasionally, but usually I think they're hiding in the bushes. Which is fair, because I'm a large and imposing kind of a person, and I would be scared of me too. So, commiserations, little bobbins. Anyways, most of the bobbins I see look pretty orange. And also certainly the North American robin. Again, which we refer to as red of breast. Is pretty orange of breast if you ask me. It's a lovely breast. But it is quite orange. But then you know sometimes when you get into those sort of like tertiary edges of color classifications, it can be quite subjective. Like, is this a bluish green or is this a greenish blue? And if you ask 5 people, you'll get, a range of opinions on that. So something to consider as well. Anyways. There we go. Bluebells. Oh, I think... Are they cute? Chad, is it cute? Please say yes. Anyways. I hope so. I hope it's cute. The Lily of the Valley is going to take me forever to mix up a color for. That's done. Okay, next, moving on to the lavender. Sorry, I was being a silly sausage because, of course, the Lily of the Valley is a white flower. So it needs no such additions whatsoever. Okay, I'm going to take the same purpley bluebell hue, and I've just added a bunch of silver to it. And then just a scooch more of the lavender purple. Because depending on the type of lavender, it can really vary in the intensity of the purple. But most of the lavender I see around here is fairly subdued. And so I wanted to reflect that. This piece is very much based on flowers I personally see in the springtime. I was gonna venture a little further afield with it, but then I decided, no, you know what? There are so many beautiful flowers around here. I want to celebrate them. So that's that. And I think that's pleasant. I hope it's pleasant. Is it pleasant? I hope so. Zamzamzop wants a food word language lesson. Okay. This is gonna be a silly one. This is gonna be a silly one, but follow me. Because I'm gonna tell you about what I'm making for dinner. What I'm making for dinner is a dish called taco rice. Now, if you're not familiar with taco rice, you might hear that and think, is that a Mexican thing? Or is that an American take on a Mexican thing. It's Japanese. Specifically, it's from Okinawa. And it is steamed Japanese rice topped with normally like taco seasoned ground beef, but I'll be using taco seasoned corn mince because I don't eat the meat stuffs. Shredded lettuce, and cheese, and then if you want to feel really fancy, you can get like some, like tomatoes and onions and salsa and stuff on it. The way I make it at home is I zhuzh it up by adding a basically I do steamed Japanese rice, then the like taco seasoning seasoned corn mince, then a layer of crunchy lettuce. It's little gem lettuce because I couldn't get iceberg, which is my preference for this kind of thing because I like the crunch. Then I just get a Tex-Mex dip trio from the supermarket, which is like a sour cream, a like pico de gallo salsa, and a guacamole. And then I put some shredded cheese on top. It is delightful. It's delightful and like fairly healthy as well, I would say, as long as you don't overdo it with like the sour cream and the cheese, but you generally don't need to because there's a lot of other stuff going on. I like to load it up with a ton of lettuce as well because I like the rice with the crunch. It's really good. It's just really good. Anyways, Sim Sam Zop says no one does Mexican food like checks notes the Japanese. There is a story behind it. I don't know it in great detail, but I can tell you it was invented by like a cafe restaurant owner chef in Okinawa in like I want to say maybe the early 80s, somewhere around there. Anyways, basically there were a lot of Americans on the island because of like military stuff nearby, and so this cafe owner wanted to create a dish that was unique but also something that would like appeal to Americans, and he's like, hey, Americans like Mexican food, so I'm gonna do something that's kind of Mexican inspired. And he came up with doing a he came up with doing basically like a rice bowl, but like a taco rice bowl. And it's honestly, it is so good. It is so good. It is so good, and it is unlike any Mexican food that exists by any stretch. It is unlike any other country's approximation of Mexican food that exists. I recommend trying it if you've never had it. I'm gonna link to a recipe in the chat because I can. And there is a really good recipe blog called Just One Cookbook. If you're ever like, man, I really want to know how to make this Japanese dish, go to justonecookbook.com. It is great. Anyways, she does have a recipe for taco rice, and genuinely, like, gazillion out of 10 do recommend. But yeah, I really want a burrito now. I have them so rarely, says Dan. I eat only in the US. Oh, interesting. I don't have burritos very often, but it's a very special food for my partner and I. So we'll often have them like on our anniversaries and stuff. Yeah. Not to talk about my wedding again. It was a really long time ago, but our wedding after party, we went out for burritos. We went out for burrito lunch at a local burrito place. And that was our after party lunch. It was probably the most stressful part of the wedding, cuz like I checked ahead to like reserve space at this restaurant, and the guy who like I communicated with was like, yeah, it'll be fine. I told him how many people were coming, and he's like, yeah, that's all good. And then we showed up and we were like, there is not enough table space for this many people, and the person working there was like, who did you book the room with? So yeah, it was a bit but it ended up being fine in the end. We had a lovely time, but it did get a bit weird for a moment there. Anyways, shall we do? I still haven't fully decided what color I want this tulip to be, so maybe we should do the rhubarb first. And I think the rhubarb is probably just straight ahead this pink flamingo color. So that's nice and easy. So I'm going to pick up some pink flamingo. Maybe if I do this color for the tulip, like this nice sort of soft pink, I can maybe get a little bit of, maybe get a little creative with it. I don't know. We can see, we can take a look. Anyways. Oh, never mind. Oh, I just put paint all over my brushy. I'm just gonna rinse off my brush. So it's not just sitting on it, because I have a terrible drawing time redeem to do. Yay! Okay, say goodbye to the ghosties for just a minute, because we've got terrible drawing time to do. Friends, it's that time again. It's time to do a terrible drawing. For anyone who's new here, allow me to explain. If you missed the first two that happened this stream, and you may have just come in, and that's good. In which case, welcome on in, friends. Lovely to see you. Terrible drawing time is this stupid thing that for some reason I do because I hate myself, and I like crying and feeling sad and suffering. No, I'm just kidding. I love it. Or I wouldn't do it. For 5,000 channel points, you can request of me that I draw a character or concept of your choosing from memory or sight unseen. When the canvas is full, I start a new canvas. I did put something on the next canvas because there wasn't a space that it fit in, and it's terrifying, and I'm sorry I made you look at it again. Anyways, this... Lux is very creative with prompts. Unfortunately, I'm also a bad artist, and I have to do this in 5 minutes. Why are you doing this to me, Lux? The Schneider's sign, gaining sentience and attacking other cured meats who are also sentient with a handheld deli slicer. Do you know? I don't remember what the hell those things look like. They are laughing maniacally. Okay. I'm starting the timer, but I have very little confidence in myself right now. I love you, but why? For anyone who doesn't know, in my home country, and I say in my home country, in a very specific region of my home country, driving down a certain bit of the highway, there is this sign that you can see from the road that is sponsored by the Schneider's Meat Company. And I think it tells the time, maybe? If memory serves, there's a little display that tells you what time it is. It's been there since as far back as I can remember. And it is going to be, I don't know how this is going to work, but I'm just going to start by drawing the sign, I guess. And the sign has gained sentience, so I'm going to guess that maybe it's got hands and feet now. Just to make it easier for it to be, oh, I don't know, brandishing a weapon? Oh, this makes it look much nicer than it is. It's got, okay, so it's, for reference, it's got like a little lady on it who's usually very, very happy and smiley, but this one's like, yeah, I'm an evil lady now, and I'm wearing a weird hat. How the hell do you draw her weird hat? It's got like a... She's got her weird hat on, and her hair. There she is. What time is it right now? It is 6:46. So I'm gonna it's telling the time, and she's got angry arms. Yeah. And with this arm she's holding a, I don't know, how the flip do you draw, what the does a deli slicer look like? It's time for tea, says Mel. Yes, I'm taking a sip of my tea. You're quite right, too. This is stressful. I've only got 2.5 minutes left. Ah! Ah! Mm. Ugh. I'm spending time sipping tea because why? It's important, okay? Mm. Delightful. Okay, so it's got like a thing that kind of sticks out like this, and then a bit like that, and then you put the meat in, and there's a thingy that goes like, and it's danger. Urgh. And then I'm gonna draw some meats that are scared. Oh no. Oh heck. This sausage is afraid. Oh no. They're alarming the meat stuffs. Whatever shall we do? Um I've still got time. I can maybe fix this deli slicer. God. It's like so it's got like a little tray that kind of sticks out like that. It goes like that, and then it's got the little bit. It's like it's kind of like a big mandolin, but for meats, I think. So here's the blade bit, and then there's a thingy that kind of slices it up. I don't. I'm making it worse. I'm making it worse. Sharp. Be careful. I'm gonna say it careful. This sign says, Lux, I hope you like it. I love this so much. He says, okay, good. I feel like I should draw an additional meat, but I don't buy meat very often, so I don't remember what meat looks like. What the heck does meat look like? Okay, what if I draw just like a selection of delicious... This is pepper all around the outside because this is like a cured pastrami or something. And is looking very scared. Oh no. Well, that's terrible drawing time, and I think I delivered on the terribleness of this drawing. Therefore, Lux, I hope you're happy. I might be able to look up what the Schneider sign actually looks like for y'all's reference. Because you've seen what my version is, but it is a very niche, sort of regional reference from if you happen to drive down a certain highway in southern Ontario. So let me just... I don't know if there are other ones elsewhere. It is indeed a historical landmark, apparently. Oh no, did I put the lady on the wrong side? I think I maybe did. Oh heck. Anyways, I think I did okay. But let me just pop up a photo of what you can see what I mean about she's got a very distinctive hat on. Anyways, that's the Schneider's sign. Anyways, so yeah, I'm so sorry. Well, she's gained sentience, so maybe she's moved to the other side of the sign. Who cares? They call it the Wiener Beacon. Anyways, because the Schneider sign is on the highway not very far from the exit that you take to get to the city that I'm from, back in Canada, I always loved seeing the Schneider sign when I was traveling down the highway because it knew I wasn't... It's like the only landmark that really indicated that you're not far from home. Which feels real good when you've been driving for a long time. So that's the Schneider sign, and everyone, I'm sorry. But also, Lux, I hope you're happy. Right, let me reactivate this rhubarb-toned band, if I may. Okay. And now we get to have some fun. Wiener Beacon, says Lux. Upgraded Schneider sign continues to be welcoming 401 drivers to Waterloo region. It's true, it really is. I can't believe they call it the Wiener Beacon. Just FYI, one of Schneider's known meat products is like hot dog weenies. So that's why they call it the Wiener Beacon, just in case anyone was curious or distressed about that. That would be why. This is a good color for rhubarb. Holy heck. This is exactly the color that rhubarb is. Oh, I love it. And rhubarb leaves have these wonderful sort of veins running through them in the lovely rhubarb color oftentimes, so I thought it would be nice to kind of get to do that here. So I'm doing it. With a name like Schneider's, it's got to be good. Very true. Very true indeed. That is one of their taglines. This stream is not sponsored by Schneider's Meat Company. This streamer does not eat mammals. Though if they did a plant-based weenie hot dog, I would consider trying it. I do like a veggie dog. I am a fan of a good tofu-ferter. Man, I haven't had a good tofu-ferter in ages. It's been a wee while. So my moderator / spouse very kindly bought for me a packet of these surprisingly expensive veggie like tofu dogs not that long ago. Well, I say not that, it was a time anyways. But oh my god, oh my sweet stars and garters, y'all. So I decided to try cooking one of them in the microwave, and yeah, that was a horrible mistake because the microwave smelled like tofu-ferter for so long afterwards. So long. It was, how shall I say, deeply unpleasant. Incredibly unpleasant. It was not good. It was not good is what I shall say about it. 0 out of 10, do not recommend. If you were to cook it another way that doesn't leave just an intense, lingering, forever smell in your microwave, then perchance, yeah, but no, it was not good. It was not good. Also, genuinely, those tofu-ferters were so flippin' expensive. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness gracious. I don't know why they were so expensive, but they were like, it was a pack of 4 and it was like £6. Normally the ersatz meats tend to be more reasonably priced, I find, than real meats, which personally I think is great. But it was very surprising to me that these ones were very much the opposite of that. Like, very much the opposite. It was, surprising and kind of not awesome, I gotta say. Okay, just popping in some nice little stylized leafy veins here and there. Whoa! And the canvas moved on me for a second there because I didn't have it stabilized. And so a little vein went in a spot that I wasn't quite expecting or planning for one to go, but you know what? That's okay. We don't make mistakes here, just happy accidents. As good old Mr. Bob Ross used to say, and I think is generally a pretty good way to think about your paintings. I mean, honestly, sometimes things are just mistakes, but, you know, hey. I think that's pretty, is that alright? I think that's alright for a little rhubarb leaf. I think that's alright. Okay. And next, I'm gonna color in this guy, and I think I'm gonna use the orchid pink. But like a quite delicate pink tulip. So I'm going to water it down a little bit. Thus. Okay. I'm going to concentrate most of the color kind of around the top and then let it kind of ombre down. Like so. Just get a bit of a gradation of color. Because I think that'd be pretty. I hope is pretty? I hope pretty. No mistakes, only happy accidents, says Lino. Yes, exactly. Thank you. That's perfect. Anyways, this is the tulip. I think that's it for those flowers. I want to decide what other flowers I want to kind of just like put. I want to do some little space filler flowers. I was thinking of maybe a primrose, just because I think they are so heckin' pretty. Maybe I'll pop a primrose over here. And I do have primroses in my, not my garden, but in the gardeny area near my house. Because I sadly do not have a garden. But that's okay. Because I would not be a very good gardener. I would not be a very good gardener. Like, at all. I should not be a person who gardens. Like, definitely not. Okay, I need to know how to draw a primrose, so I've just looked up some photos of primroses so that I know what to do. Oh, their petals are really cute. Okay. So it's okay, first of all, this I'm going to move out of the way because it's going to bother me if I don't. But we're going to pop a little primrose over here. And it is quite cute. So there's kind of a central circle and then like a little tiny dot in the middle of the circle, and then we've got these quite cute kind of overlapping petals with the edges are like, the edge of the petal goes like that, which is just, it's very, very cute, and they're kind of these nice chubby petals. So go like this. And they do overlap each other a little bit, which is nice. And I'm just going to keep turning till I have covered all of the relevant bits with petals. I'm going to check and make sure that I'm doing the correct number of petals. There we go. Wow, those are vastly irregular in size. So I'm going to fix that last one because it should have been much, or at least a little bit longer than I made it. So let me try this again. Yeah, that's more bang on. There we go. Okay, it's off. Hang on, it's off camera. There we go. Primrose. Cute. And primroses come in some really, really lovely colors as well. I like the sort of classic, like, pale yellow with the yellow center, but also there's like a single, okay, so I've got like a whole bunch of the little like pale yellow primroses, and then one that is bright red with a yellow center, which is like, it's like, what? Like, where did you come from? It's so weird, but I love it. It's really beautiful. Anyway, so I might do the little red one because I think that'd be nice. Ah, delicious. What else could I do? Ooh, I could do like some little tree flowers as well. I could do like a little magnolia or a little cherry blossom. I like a cherry blossom. Maybe I'll do a cherry blossom as well. Maybe a little cherry blossom over here. Because they're very cute. They've got little sort of fluttery pink petals usually. Though there are various different varieties. I see a lot of the little ones that have sort of like quite the dark centers with all the little bits sticking out of them, which I think are very cute. So maybe I'll do one of those. So again, I'll start with a little circular for the center, and then how many petals do you have? I think 5 seems to be a common number of petals. Yeah, that's a 5-petal flower if I ever did see one. Okay, so it's actually a bit more of a, it's less of a circle in the middle and a bit more of a, almost kind of a star shape. So let me kind of try and fix that. So if I go like this, it's more like a that in the middle of the cherry blossom from the looks of it. And then the petals kind of come out like this. So, and do they have a little bit of texture on the edge? I think they kind of do have a bit of texture on the edge. I'll give it a little texture on the edge, because I think it's also quite cute. There we go. Three. And apologies if I get quiet while I'm doing this. 5. Dude. Okay. There we go. And then they've also got these little antennae kind of sticking out in the middle. Little sort of bubbles on the ends. There we go. We've got ourselves a little cherry blossom. God bless. What else do I want to attempt at magnolias? Are a weird one, because they're quite a distinctive shape. Also, I should probably wrap up fairly soon because it'll be time for me to go cook some foods. So maybe I might sketch the rest of the little filler flowers off stream and then finish painting this on Monday, if that's all right with everybody. Because I think I should probably go get some taco rice cooking. But this has really been fun to do. I just wanted to do something sort of silly and cute, and I haven't done ghosts in like so long. So it's been really nice to work on some ghosties. Because I did a few ghost pieces like a few years ago, and then I don't know, I just got busy and did a whole bunch of other stuff, and I haven't done any ghosties in a while. And it's just, they're just sweet little guys. They're just little guys, and they want to be your friend, and they got you some flowers and a vegetable. Because why not? We've got a pumpkin ghost emote, in fact, which Lino has just shared in chat. Thank you very much. Teehee. Anyways, yeah, I think I'm gonna call it there for today. But I'm gonna take a little look-see and see if there's anyone else online who's around, who we might do a little raid on, because I think that'd be nice. Yeah. I would like to thank you all in the meantime for hanging out with me today. Has it been a weird stream? Probably a little bit, but that's all good. I've had a nice time. I hope you've had a nice time too. Take a look and see who's online, who we maybe haven't raided in a little while. And see if we can go say hello to somebody. Let's see. I'm just looking to see who I've not raided in a wee while, who we might say hi to. Okay, raid is about to begin. I once again thank you all for hanging out with me today. It's so nice to be back doing some stuff. It is very, very nice to be back. I'm gonna this is funny because somebody has been streaming since before I started stream, but they're still going strong and clearly still working on stuff, so I don't think they're about to finish. So I'm gonna send you in the direction. I don't know what you mean about weird streams. Definitely no terrible cursed drawing times. Oh, yeah. Anyways, here's a generic raid message. And let's append some fight milks. I'll be back streaming Hollow Knight tomorrow morning. So if you like cozy game time, come hang out with me then. It's gonna be a fun time. Anyways, in the meantime, I'm gonna actually start the raid. There we go. The raid has been begun. And thank you all for hanging out with me today. It's been a lot of fun. I can't wait to get to finish this on Monday. It's been nice to work on. And I will I will do the rest of the sort of filler sketchies over the weekend, and we'll come back to it on Monday and finish it then. And thank you all so much for hanging out. It's been lovely. You're all breathtaking, and I hope to see you again soon. And I hope you have a good everything, and a good goodbye, and a good night. And thank you for watching. You're all breathtaking. See you again soon.